And then we're going to answer that first question. So the first question is, does dabbling over here cause me to be in danger over here? The short answer is yes. Okay? Because what happens here is, if I'm keeping alive those neurological imbalances, those neurochemical imbalances, if I'm keeping alive those patterns of
deceit, right? Hiding when we eat and things like that. That's where it crosses a line for me. Not admitting that I had a Whopper on the way home. That's really bad, isn't it?
Well, deceit is certainly keeping that path open. So if I am using this to manage my emotions, or if I'm hiding these behaviors, then absolutely I am keeping a pathway open. Because we know this, because we've said it 1,000 times here at Oakcrest. Secrecy kills,
right?
Honesty heals. So anytime I'm engaging in stuff over here that I'm keeping secret from those I love, that should tell me this is becoming problematic. This is crossing over a line. Anytime I look at the consequences, I mean, if you look at you and I, we weigh more than we ought to weigh from a healthy standpoint. Now, we can just say, that is what it is, and at least I'm not doing X, at least I'm not doing Y. But the reality is, there's this underlying problem that at least that points to and says, hey, how are you dealing with stress in your life? How are you dealing with uncomfortable emotions, et cetera, et cetera? So it definitely keeps that path alive and that potential open. Now, do guys struggle over here and never come back over here? Absolutely. It absolutely can happen. There's long-term sobriety over here, and there can still be issues over here. But I ought not be naive to think that having this going on doesn't cause there to be danger and cause there to be that potential pathway back to this side of things.
Let me bring God into this discussion insofar as to say there's a verse in the Bible that says you are to love your God with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, all your strength. And as an addict, I hear all the time, even though that's not in there. And so he's basically saying, be wholeheartedly given to the things of God. So these things that are on this side that we're talking about, food and watching sports and playing games on your phone and things like that, things that are mind-numbing, things that are mood-altering, it's part of the freedom God gives us on earth to enjoy this earth. So where and when does it cross the line and become sinful and become something we should really be worried about?
Yeah, I think that gets to that second question. And I think the answer to that is this. It becomes sinful, it becomes problematic when I'm using it not to experience joy and not to further relationship. For instance, is there anything wrong with you and I getting together and watching a ball game, or you and I getting together over some wings and enjoying, for instance, the ALCS with Boston and Houston playing?
That would be a great day.
There's nothing sinful or wrong about that. But if now all of a sudden you and I are going off and we're having 20 wings each, plus a side of tater tots, plus a side of onion rings, plus extra blue cheese, and we're doing that 3 times a week.
Gluttony.
And we are watching this inordinate amount of sports while we're doing that, and we are neglecting other important relationships, and we're lying to our spouses and others around us. Is that a problem? Absolutely. Okay. Because what happens, Bill, is moderation is the key in this arena. In this arena, there is no moderation. There is no appropriate amount of drugs to use. There is no appropriate amount of porn to look at. There is no appropriate amount of alcohol to drink. When you are in recovery, there's a zero tolerance for stuff. But over here, there's nothing simple about wings. There's nothing simple about baseball. Certainly not. There may be some simple things about, like lacrosse or curling or cricket or something like that. I don't know, but baseball's certainly not.
Right.
But the problem comes when I am stepping away from moderation and I am using it to alter my mood. I am letting it negatively impact relationships, or I am being dishonest with myself or others about that use. When those 3 things are present, Bill, this area has become a problem.